Welcome back to another episode of Hate It or Love It. I am your host, LenDale White. We are sponsored by our guys over at SteadyPicks, and I have a big time player with me today. You know what I mean? Super Bowl 50 guy. Yeah, I don't know where's he probably don't have it on the no fly zone. Uh, yes, a Pac-12 representative. This is my brother for real, man. TJ Ward, what's going on?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I can't complain. How you doing?
Man, busy. It's good. It's good being
Yeah.
busy, but it's exhausting. But it's all good. I can't complain.
Yeah. I know you're a little upset about that loss last week, man, because y'all definitely would have
Oof.
catapulted y'all into another national championship conversation. That would have been dope, man. So
Yeah, that was man. We wasn't ready.
yeah,
They beat twice. Shit, you can't say shit about that. You get beat twice in the same year by the same team. That quarterback is good though. I think he should win the Heisman. I
yeah,
watched the game there. I've seen him in situations where a lot of balls would have been incomplete, thrown in the dirt, or maybe an interception. And he was completing them. I'm like, all right, we
yeah.
yeah, he's firing all cylinders, but game overall.
That's what's up, man. Michael Penix for Heisman, man. If y'all ain't that, you heard it from him. So if you ain't put your bets in yet, you might as well go bet. It might be you might not win much or nothing, but I mean he's saying this a lot. Michael Penix for Heisman.
Yeah, I don't really see anybody else on that stage. Bo's on there and got beat by the guy twice. Can't win. You definitely can't win. You
Right.
can't even beat it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's either the Daniels kid, the quarterback from LSU, because his resume, when you put his stats up there, his stats compete with anybody's out there. So it's hard to kind of deny him based on what he did as far as his resume. But I mean, Michael Penix, like I said, undefeated, beat the other Heisman Trophy candidate dude twice in a row, twice in a row, but twice, two times in a head-to-head matchup. So hey, it is what it is. Michael Penix for Heisman, man.
yeah, for
At least
sure.
we keep the Heisman in the pack for one last
Yeah,
year, man.
keep it in the pack while the pack will be back. I do truly believe that deep down. It's just unfortunate that it's going on such a high year, man. But I guess it's one way to go out. So
Right.
hopefully one of these schools, I hope, man, you know what? I don't hope Washington
Right.
win.
It's hard. It's hard when you play against them teams. As much as
Yeah,
we Pac
man.
12, but I kind
That,
of do want the Pac to. That just shows like how that our conference was like that, and that we, when we do be talking on stuff that we can back it up. That's why I wouldn't be mad if they did win, only for that reason. You know what I mean?
yeah, sure.
We can get
Yeah.
straight into it. We got the week NFL 14. This is the week NFL 14. What I would call my best games. We're gonna get straight into it. We have the LA Rams, where my dog live right now. They have them heading into Baltimore Ravens, and they have Lamar Eugene Jackson's Ravens at -7. Hated to love it.
I love it. I have Lamar on my fantasy. He ain't been scoring too many individual points, but they've been putting uh, points up all year. Defense is playing pretty good, and the Rams, they haven't been too great this year. They're very young, and I just think Baltimore. That's an easy little spread for them.
Yeah, I'm with you. I believe like Lamar's playing MVP caliber football right now. Like you said, the like the personal or the crazy like rushing stats ain't really there right now, but he's what he's doing is leading his team to victory every week. I think they're the number one team in the AFC right now, so that's
Hey,
big.
I mean, down in the red zone, and he's just not scoring, but somebody is scoring.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
his points going up. They gonna match that.
Yes, sir. They have the over under in this game at 42.5 points. Hated or love it.
Hate it. Yeah, I don't think LA is going to reciprocate the points that Baltimore puts up. So I hate that. I think it's going to be under.
You know what's crazy? Like LA is one of them tricky ass teams. Like because they look like they like sometimes they look like a really good team, and you like dang these rookie dudes, the Puka guy, and then they got the mother receivers playing really well, and then all of a sudden you come back, it's like with Stafford, he's like what kind of Stafford are you gonna get, and those other guys are just missing.
Yeah.
The under in this, it looks very convincing. But I'm going to have to say I'm going with the over. I absolutely love it. Only because watch what happens. It's going to be one of them games where they score late, like the Rams are going to score late, like they always do, and that's going
They,
to spike up the over.
yeah, they one of the worst with that, man. They wasn't they the team that kicked the field goal with They was
I think
down.
so. I think
Pick with
McVay
like two.
ain't playing. He gonna get his points, man. He ain't gonna make you. He ain't gonna make it look like he's just getting blown out, even when they
Boy,
are. So
better go
I
home.
guess.
Yeah,
And then okay, next up on our list, man. These are my Lions. I called this at the beginning of the year. I told them that they would win the their
division.
division. I knew it. I think Dan Campbell finally had the players that he's used to coaching, or not coaching, used to coaching. He's a new coach, but he's those are the guys that he would play with in the locker room, or those will be the guys on his team, and he knows what's going on. And then when you got guys that can reciprocate from a coach, you know how hard, like it's hard for you not to win because you like, man, I'm doing this for coach. Coach too cool. So um, they got the Lions heading into Chicago, and they have the Lions at -3. Hate it or love it.
Uh, I love it. I think yeah, that's they playing very well. You know, Chicago, man, you never know what you're gonna get with them, but you normally gonna get a turnovers.
You definitely will get a couple
So
turnover or a turnover or two. I don't know how many necessarily, but you'll get something.
man, you're definitely gonna get that ball back. So I'm gonna go with divisional game, home or away.
They're going to Chicago. They're going to the Bears
Uh,
Field, Soldier Field. I think that's what they
yeah,
call it.
the game. I don't think the game is gonna be won on the field goal. So yeah, I love it.
I love it as well. You know, I'm biased on this show. The Lions have shown me week after week that they're going to fight for real, and you ain't just going to get. Even when they're down, they're not down because they find a way to get back in every fucking game. I like it. Um, on top of that, you can lock this to the bank. My guy Amara St. Brown, he will have at least 4 catches this week, and he will go over at least 50 yards. Lock it up at 4 catches for 50 yards. And you might as well throw a touchdown in there because that's Goff's guy. For some reason, they always look for him in the red zone, and he's going to find his way in there. So I would say 4 catches over 50 yards with a touchdown. Those are you can stack these parlays together, and I feel like you'll win a lot of money this week for sure. I also love
Yeah,
the
that's
Lions
good.
to
He's
win.
so if he get his hands on 4 balls with his run after the catch, that 50 is definitely gonna be there.
Yeah, dude is athletic, man. And it's crazy. Well, I met his dad years ago, but it makes sense. All of the Browns is crazy. Like, I mean, his dad was Mr. World or Mr. Universe, so
Yeah,
it's like it makes sense.
story. One of my dudes I golf with out here is his realtor, and little like down the line in our friendship, or um, he's like, yeah, St. Brown, and I know his dad, and he's just telling me a little small world story. So,
Yeah,
uh, before this was like last year, early last year, so he wasn't even putting on like that crazy. But
yeah,
so to see that, like, oh, you was telling me about this kid, and now he's going
yeah,
crazy. It's a
yeah.
beautiful thing.
Well, we are wide receiver you, but that's neither. That's another. You know what I mean? That's another story for another
Yo,
time.
I like you. I don't know about no receiver. Y'all got college. Yeah, I mean, okay.
You
Is it
got
like
some
what
stuff
y'all did?
right now. If you look at the
Like
NFL,
what you did in the league too? Like, is
I
that?
know, but right now, if you put the league, if you take the USC receivers and the rest of it and like stack
Yeah,
their numbers together, like USC is like top 1 or 2 with the receptions and yards. I'm just
yeah.
saying.
I mean, true. You guys
I
had
do
some
know
hitters
Justin
come out.
Jefferson is
And,
down
and
this year too, though. So hey, it makes sense. With the Lions and Bears, though, they
yeah,
got the over under at 41 points. Hated to love it.
41.
41.
Uh, I hate it again. I just don't see. I don't know, man. When I think of that NFC North in the wintertime, I
Right.
don't see
It's
points
tricky
going up.
football. It
It's
can
not.
snow, it can rain, it can sleet, it can
Man,
do both. The
yeah.
wind, we know Chicago's the
Oh,
windy city. You're right. I hate it too. I just think that I mean I know the Lions will probably get some good points. They'll score about 24. I think the Bears do it go 24-10, and that's 34 points. That's not, touchdown away from that 41. I could see 24-10 Lions, and they will go under this weekend for sure. Next up, they got they got your guys, the no-fly zone Broncos, man. The Bronco country, let's ride. Heading into another team out in LA, the Chargers. And
mm,
I guess because the Broncos got whooped last week, went back to playing the way they was playing the first 5-6 weeks. They have the Chargers at -2.5 points, hated to love it.
I hate it. The Broncos gonna, yeah, I got my Broncos, man. You
See what I'm
sweet.
saying? I
They
like to
sweet.
hear that, man.
You know what?
That's
It was one week. I didn't even watch the game because I was on the road, so I really didn't watch last week, so I couldn't really tell you anything about it or how we lost. But I did watch the 5-game winning streak, and if we come out anything close to that, the Chargers will give it up and they'll blow it like they always do because the Chargers blow games.
you're right. Ever since Phillip Rivers. So look, I'm gonna try to hope and use some magic. When I bet with the Broncos, they usually lose. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I love it, and I want the Chargers to cover at 2.5. Trying to play something
Yeah.
happens, and hopefully that the Bronco country come around and win. So I'm gonna ride with the Chargers. He's taking his Broncos as he should. He's a Super Bowl champ.
So
They have the over under at 43 points. Hate it or love it.
love it. I think they're going, it's going to be one of the games. Russ and the offense bounce back straight. Sutton and, our receivers get going. That run game get going. And then, the Chargers, they good for putting their numbers up. They
Yeah,
just
they're gonna
don't.
score.
You know what I'm
They just
saying?
can't finish, like you say. They
Yeah.
they gonna they're a very
So,
good team, and they just don't know how to finish. I'm riding with you. I love the over in this one.
yes,
Uh,
sir.
I'm riding with the over in this one. Next up is going to be a very interesting game because one of these teams, the Bills, are outside looking in. The Chiefs is still on the top of this division, but they've been struggling as of late. And right now they have the Chiefs at -2.5 points. But before you answer, I'm going to say I absolutely hate this. I think Josh Allen comes and ruins the day again. Like I know it's Patrick Mahomes. It's people you shouldn't bet against him. I hear people will say, but for me, I'm going to say I think Josh Allen plays spoiler again. I don't think that these Chiefs are as good as they have been in the past, and that's just it's not Patrick Mahomes' fault. He just doesn't have the weapons he used to have in the past. So that's what it's. There's people driving wide open balls every day. Every time I turn on the Chiefs game, one of those receivers are dropping something that's like wide open. And it's like, how are you doing it? So for me, I just don't think that the Chief guys make the plays. I think that the Bills, with knowing what's at stake for the Bills right now, because if the Bills lose this game, they're pretty much going to be outside of the playoffs looking in. So they need this game to keep their playoff hopes alive. I'm going
They
to say
definitely.
I'm riding with the Bills. I think Josh Allen has a tremendous game up there in Chiefland.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you on this one as well, man. Like, they back against the wall. It's the Chiefs they playing against. It's almost a division rivalry as much as they've played in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, for
Together.
sure.
Josh Allen, man, if he can not turn the ball over or just not turn it over in critical times, I think they'll definitely win. They got a better defense, and like you said, when you're back against the wall, man, you got to pull everything out.
You got to. And that's not to say the Chiefs won't go on and still be great for the rest of the year, but the Chiefs have way more leeway than the Bills at this point. The Bills can't lose.
Sure.
They have the over under for this game at 47.5 points. Hate it or love it.
Uh, I love it.
I
Yeah, I
love it
could.
too. I was gonna
Yeah,
say it. I gotta love it, man. These are two of the teams, and even if Patrick Mahomes, like I know, like they've been playing slow and they haven't put up the points. I just think that this is one of them games that both of these teams are gonna come out slinging and be on fire early, and
I
that's
think.
where
No,
we'll
I
get a
agree.
lot of points early for sure. Sorry, we'll get a lot of points early, so we'll probably be looking at, I don't know, I think first quarter, second quarter, we're probably looking at like 17-14. You know what I mean? And that's at the end of the first quarter or something. I feel like it's going to be one of them old school, or not old school, but one of these classic games in the sense where it's just a lot of scoring. I love that. I love it. I
I
can't deny it.
think a defensive touchdown is going to put it over the over. It's going to be, they're going to score 3 touchdowns each.
So who
You know,
scores the defensive touchdown? Which
if
team?
the win's got to be Buffalo.
Buffalo scores the defensive touchdown. He
Yeah.
says Buffalo. That's a lot. The Buffalo's defense will score a touchdown this weekend. I like that. That's good stuff. Oh man! And now to the game of the week. I kind of I feel privileged sometimes talking about this team because of the hate that I get once I talk about them. But who cares? This weekend they have the Philadelphia Eagles heading into the Dallas Cowgirls.
Mm.
Yes, I said it right. The Dallas Cowgirls, which I know haven't won a Super Bowl since 1996. And I'll tell you, I was like 12 years old. I'm about to be 39, so you do the math. I guess every year is truly their year. So we'll see. But they have the Cowgirls at -3.5 for this game. Hate it or love it.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I hate it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Like you said, I grew up with a Cowboy hater, and no matter the Niner fans are not my favorite team anymore. I grew up in San Francisco, grew up a diehard Niner fan, so every year it was Niners. Growing up, Cowboys, Niners, Cowboys.
Yeah.
Somebody was in the NFC Championship, and we got our heart broke about 2 out of 3 times we won won the
Yeah.
chips. I'd never root for the Cowboys. I'll tell you that. But just the way Philly played last week, I think they bounced back strong. They got a great team, great head coach. I think he motivates them. It's a divisional game. I don't see them going down again 2 weeks in a row. So I'm gonna go with the Fly
And
Eagles.
I'm going fly Eagles fly with you. And the reason why I do this is because the
Fly guy.
the way this football be sometimes, TJ, you know how it is. Like your team can be playing so good, and it's like it's not even arrogance. It's probably the confidence is a better word. Like the confidence you'll go into a game and you're like, we just think we're better. And then all of a sudden it's like a one fumble or interception, and it's like the momentum for the other team just starts going at an all-time high. And I just believe that the Cowboys have been, or the Cowgirls, whatever you want to say, they have been playing really good football. And sometimes there's a stumble that happens. I think this might be the week, man. I think the tush push, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, they get it done. Now listen, again, I covered last week. I told you the Cowgirls wouldn't cover, they didn't cover. The Eagles probably don't. For us to win this and this, all the Eagles have to do is lose by less than like 3 points. If they lose by a field goal, we still win. Cowboys have to win by at least a touchdown to do this. They say 3.5, but there's no way you can do it unless you get a field goal and a safety. And that'd be crazy. At least, and we called it first. So I'm going to take the Eagles for sure. I think the Eagles just find a way to not lose by 3.5 points.
Yeah,
Um,
I think they've been talking so bad about Hurts. He gonna come into this week going crazy. Because
yeah, I think you got a chip on his shoulder too.
he lose one game, and all of a sudden they talking about benching him and doing all time. Nah, is he hurt though?
I'm not, they said he could clear concussion protocol, so he's good.
Okay,
And
yeah,
then
he good.
also the big lineman that got, that I think it was one of the penalties and was crying. Everybody makes a big deal about big dudes crying, or I don't think people understand the emotion of the football game when you out there. Like I guarantee you that big boy ain't no crybaby by no means. But boy, when you think you're letting down these other 53 dudes out here, yes, your emotions overcome. So I think that he has one of them crazy games, and that's where that, like you said, what's his name, Sirianni, the coach, he's gonna have those guys come into play because of stuff like that. They hearing all them whispers all week, and now it's like, okay, now we get to shut up that chatter. I think the Eagles come in and handle business for sure.
Yeah. I think it's one of them pregame speeches that you get some goosebumps for, and
Yeah.
out there. So.
Can't wait to go run through the wall. I'm like, man, I'll hit
Oh.
anything right now. Man, they got this over under at 53 points. Hate it or love it.
Oh, 53, that's a lot of money, man.
That's a lot of money
Uh,
out there.
I'm going to say I hate it. Yeah, I say I hate it because that 25. Whew.
Got to be like a 20.
Yeah,
It got to be like a 28, 29,
yeah.
25 game or something.
And
You know
so,
what? You hate it. I'm gonna love it. You know why? I like to see high scoring games, man. You're a defensive guy, so I get it. Me, I'm offensive. I want to see, based on what the Cowgirls have done in these recent weeks, they're going to score the ball. That's what it is. So if they're going to score the ball, we need the Eagles to keep up with them. So that's how I feel we get the over in this one, because the Eagles going to have to score with them. It's going to come down to like maybe the last possession. And I feel like the Eagles win on the field goal, and it'll be like, I don't know, 31-28 or something like that. But that's how we get over.
I don't trust Dak.
They call him Pig Scott. I call him Prescott. Whatever. Hey, that's my guy.
I don't trust Dak, man. You know, he be looking like MVP caliber for 2-3 weeks and be the opposite for the next 2-3 weeks. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. But yeah, I think that's a good pick from you as well. I'm a defense guy, like you said, so I'm gonna take that under.
I ain't mad at it, man. Well, TJ, brother, I truly appreciate you stopping by. Hater to Love is sponsored by our guys over at SteadyPicks. It's been a blessing to have this show, but it's even more of a blessing to have friends like you that, you know, you can call on and ask for any type of help, and you guys are willing to do it, man. You're a Super Bowl champ, a father, so I know you're busy. It's dope as fuck to have you on my show, man. I truly appreciate it, TJ, for sure.
Man, you already know you my dog, man. And when I get mine going, you're going to have to return the favor, so don't even trip.
Easy call. You know, whatever you need, I got you, brother. That's real talk.
For sure.
All right, for sure. You take care, bro.
You too, man.
Yes, sir.